Hey folks, welcome back. I actually started this video last Friday. Today's Monday afternoon. Uh, Last Friday I started camping with some friends, and she had five of her grandkids and a spare she picked up. And I tried doing a little video, and then the next day, that night my wife came out and she camped with me. Well, she camped with me one night and I camped with her the next night at our other camper. Anyway, the video, I couldn't get any footage. So I had a VA appointment this afternoon. Then I got another one Wednesday. So somehow I was trying to squeeze in a video, and all I had was part of one from Friday. So we're going to give it a shot. Let me turn you around here and I'll show you what we got going on. Of course, as you can tell, we're on the river. Well, you could tell if I'd turn around. I was going to turn the camera around. All right, let me get it turned around here, folks. May not be a good idea, but here's what we got. We got the old 10-foot sun dolphin. Got a sleeping bag, a inflatable sleeping pad in there. I got a tarp in there somewhere. Got a little bit of water, more water in the cooler, my life jacket, and of course, you have to bring a life jacket for everybody. So I got my life jacket thanks to the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. I don't remember how many years ago I got this, but shout out to Officer Larry Williams or Sergeant, whatever. He's retired now, so I can say whatever, as long as I don't incriminate him. But we're going to get on the river. We're going to float as far as we can tonight. It's already 6 o'clock at night, but it's the soonest I can get packed up and get out here. Do have my backpacking stove in there somewhere, I hope. Do know I brought coffee. That's the main thing. So we're going to get it in the water and get as far as we can. As soon as we find a camping spot, I'll get right back with you. All right. If you get a chance, hit like and subscribe. All right, people, I'm going to try it one more time. Try videoing. I don't have a microphone on, so the audio might be kind of low. There is not much current here at all. I'm sure if I fell in, there'd be plenty. But anyway, we got out here late, which is probably a good thing. It got up to about 90 today, and sorry about that. And it's just now starting to cool off a little bit. It's still humid as it can be. But as it gets later, it'll get better. But we're headed downstream, and sometime before dark, probably right about sundown, we will start hunting us a sandbar to camp on. But it's nice out here. All right, guys, I'm having a hard time keeping this kayak straight. I know I don't have it loaded right, but it's the best I could do on short notice. I'll get back with you in a little bit. All right, folks, it's not quite sundown, but there's a cabin down there you can see. I don't think they live there full time. I think they're just a weekend getaway. But I'm not sure about the sandbars from here on down the river. But I spotted this one. There's some down trees on it, and there's another snag down there, one over there. Anyway, I might be able to scrap up enough wood to build a fire. I'm pretty sure it's all going to be wet, but my thinking was, well, and here's another thing too. If you'll notice, there's four-wheeler tracks on this sandbar. Not real sure how they got here, but you know, a crafty person can do this. Kind of been wandering around about 5 minutes, you know, trying to get my camera stuff out and get it together. Waiting on to see if I was going to get eaten up by bugs yet, because I didn't bring any bug spray. The wife said she had some in her truck. I didn't grab it. I had some in my van cave. I didn't grab it. So if I get eat up by bugs, it's my own fault. But I'm wondering if somehow, I know this sand right here is going to be moist, but I think I can get up on that dry sand up there and build me a lean-to or something. Boy, it'd be nice to build one off this log right here. But I know, well, I've got a sleeping pad, so really don't matter if it's a little damp or not. but I'd rather it not be. But we'll scrounge around here, see what everything looks like, take a little walk down the sandbar, and I don't know, figure us out a place for a shelter and maybe call this home for the night. Drag that kayak up out of the water and unload it. But this is way different than the way I normally camp. And it's actually a whole lot more peaceful than where I've camped lately. All right, folks. I'm going to shut this camera off, see what we can make happen. Walk around here a little bit and see what everything looks like. We might get back in the water and move on down the other end. I don't know. Maybe over on that one over there. I see one sticking out the end of that little island over there. I don't know. We'll figure out something. I'll get back with you when we figure it out. All right, folks, we did change spots. We're on the other side of the river right now, and we're on another sandbar that's, I don't know, the river splits and this is actually an island, but there's a few less resources, but there's no four-wheeler tracks, and I don't know, I think maybe if I get up in there, see if you can see it. Oh Lord. If I get up in there somewhere, I might scrounge a little wood for a fire. I did find some over here. Then there's another pretty good chunk. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, there's another pretty good chunk laying down there that's dry. I mean, it's light as a feather, so I don't know. Nothing else I'll use it to start my fire on. But I guess what I need to do now is work on a shelter. So I don't know if I have to get up there and cut some willows or what, but I'll make something happen. I mean, I ain't real worried. It ain't going to rain, hopefully. It's going to cool off tonight. It's been in the high 80s and with a heat index of 90s for the past, I don't know how long, but tomorrow's supposed to be 72 for a high. So should be quite brisk when I wake up in the morning. So anyway, we're going to scrounge around here, get all that junk off that kayak, out of it, and see what we can make happen. Eventually, we're going to cook some supper. Nothing special, but best you can do with nothing. So I'll get back with you when we get set up. Thanks for watching. If you get a chance, hit like and subscribe. All right, we got a semblance of a shelter built there anyway. Got my air mattress in there self-inflating, which I'll have to give it a few huffs and puffs when it gets done not blowing up. I did bring my gray cell or grease cell, whatever, T300. It's actually a 280 something watt power bank, but I brought it to charge my phones and cameras or whatever. Got my sleeping bag over there, just getting mentally prepared to be full of sand before morning, I'm sure. Cooler. And I'm trying to think, okay, I hadn't got my groceries or my stove or anything out of the kayak yet. But I think before I do that, well, them stakes ain't going to hold in that sand. If the wind picks up any more tonight, I'm going to be sleeping under that tarp like it's a damn grandma's quilt or something. I'm going to try to find something different. I do have the back of it tied off to a little willow over there, but that one stake on that back corner keeps giving it up. I may have to rethink this whole operation, or this shelter anyway. But it looks good for now. Let's just pretend like it lasted all night. All right, I'm going to get my food and stuff out of the kayak, drag up some firewood, and I think right now it's about 8 o'clock, 10 till, something like that. I did see about 4 deer over there on the other side. They saw me eventually. It took them about 20 minutes to actually see me. Then I heard one of the does blow and they took off. So that's what they do. Anyway, we're going to try to get, I don't know, get a fire going, maybe cook a little something. I'll get back with you when we do something, though. Well, when you've got this thing zoomed, it shakes. There's one of them over there walking along the bank. Can't believe she hadn't saw me yet. All right, let me shut this shaking thing off. That's what I'm up against tonight. Sitting here by myself, drinking a cold one, and looking at deer. And then maybe eat something here in a minute. All right, get back with you. Hey folks, welcome back. I'm sorry about the light. I messed around and waited until it got dark. I built a fire down there on the other end of the sandbar because there's a big chunk of wood down there to build a fire around, and it was easier just to do it down there. Supper is going to be simple tonight, and I know first thing I'm going to do is catch hell for cooking in a tin can. But I'll tell you, I don't do a lot of backpacking, and I can't afford to spend what they want for like a backpacking cook set or even a small pot, I guess. So hopefully I don't die from eating out of this can. I mean, a lot of people on the internet think you will. I can assure you you won't. Just don't be dumb enough to boil stuff in the ones with a plastic lining. Whoa, there we go. I do have a backpack stove though. I just need to get one of those little cookware sets, I guess. Let's see if we can make this thing burn. It has been a beautiful night. I sat down there by the fire, drank a cold beverage of my choice, and holy shit, I have singed my knuckles. Now if I can kind of half-ass level that out. Whoa, get right. Sat down there and just was in kind of la-la land. Wasn't really thinking about eating. So, wouldn't you think if you had 36 ounces, 2 cups would be, pour it down to about 16? I also took my damn glasses off earlier. Anyway, let's give it a shot. Yeah, here more won't hurt. Tell you what I'm going to be wishing for here in a minute is probably a pot holder. And I don't have a thing in the world. I don't know. Maybe go around there and get my hat. What we're going to do is make some of these delicious ramen noodles. And these are soy sauce flavored. Never tried it. Was going to get chicken flavored. Then I saw the soy sauce and I thought, well, that might add another dimension. Because what I am going to do is put a can of chicken. What is that? Hormel chicken breast. So when I get this done, I'm going to dump that Hormel chicken breast in there and call it good. My flavor packet. Didn't really think this through. I got my light over there by the camera, my headlamp. I guess one day I need to break down and get one of those, just a regular light for like videoing or whatever. But normally I got light wherever I'm at, if I'm in the van cave or whatever. But tonight, not so much. I really think I'm going to be good eating out of this tin can, because anymore I don't believe they're made out of tin, and I also don't believe they solder them together with lead. Hell, I can't even buy lead solder to do my ham radio stuff when I'm soldering electronic stuff for ham radio. So I'm pretty sure they can't solder that together with lead. Now there's an idea. Better than watching water boil. I did get my self-inflating sleeping pad inflated. I had to huff and puff and almost blew my house away trying to air it up. It did self-inflate pretty good, but I went ahead and gave it a few more puffs. Hadn't thrown my sleeping bag in there. I'm trying to keep the creepy crawlies out of it till right before I go to bed. And other than that, we're going to try to mix this concoction up and eat some supper. I could crank it up. Or really, I could just let it do what it does. Well, I'm going to sit here and watch water boil, and I'll get back with you in just a minute. Well, as soon as all this gets half ready. All right, we are back. And, oop, there we go. Got my ramen noodles in there, got the seasoning packet in it. Can't get my camera right where the light's not in it. But anyway, now we're going to add our chicken breast. Boy, if that don't bring the coons, nothing will. Hopefully, no coons swam over to this island, which I know that's bull. They're here. We're just waiting on them. So, got my soy sauce flavored ramen noodles and added a can of chicken breast, which I bought some chicken breast a couple of weeks ago. And holy shit! Wait a minute, we have a malfunction. Let me just set that down right now before I really mess up. Anyway, I bought some last week that was a different brand, and drained the juice off of it, and there was a ton of chicken in it. This, when I drained the juice off, it was kind of more or less juice. Well, there was some chicken breast in there, but we're going to eat this, and if I don't die from eating out of a tin can, I'll probably see you guys in the morning. Try to eat it, then get in there and roll my sleeping bag out, crawl in it or on it, one or the other. It's still pretty warm out here. I think it's going to get down in the 60s tonight, so I'll end up in the sleeping bag. But for now, I'm just going to eat this and hope it's, well, if you don't see the rest of the video, you know you shouldn't eat out of a tin can. Morning, everybody. Well, it's about 5 o'clock now. I've been up, I don't know, since 4 probably, or been awake. The wind switched around out of the north last night and kicked up. I don't know how fast it's blowing, but you can hear my shelter, what's left of it. The stakes all pulled up on one side over here, and excuse me, the stakes pulled up on that side over there, and I've got my power station sitting on one corner of it over here, and this is starting to cave in on me. And On top of that, there's a light mist blowing out there. I noticed my head getting wet earlier, so I slid further up in here. And I reached to get my power station a while ago to kind of retuck that corner over there, and it's wet. So I don't think it's wet enough to hurt anything. So anyway, as soon as I can figure out what's going on here, I'm going to try to boil me up a cup of coffee and go from there. But the way the wind's blowing right now, I don't think there's any way I can paddle against it this morning. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, I'll get back with you in a minute. All right, morning, everybody. That's what's left of my shelter right there. It finally caved in on me. It was time to get up anyway, I guess. I was laying in there thinking about making coffee. So I kind of came over to this end over here and got my little stove set up and my pour over thing ready, and finally got some water to boil. I was having a hard time blocking the wind on it. But you can see the wind's kicked up out here a little bit this morning. And it was drizzling rain earlier. I still feel it drop every now and then, nothing much. But I am gonna, I believe, finish tearing that down and see if I can get that sleeping bag and that mat rolled up, let the air out of it, and try to squeeze it all out and get it back in the bag it goes in. And I'm gonna pack this stuff up, and then I'm gonna head downriver a little more, try to find me a place out of the wind, then maybe fix me another cup of coffee and maybe some breakfast. But the shelter did get me through the night. I mean, it was whipping around when I woke up about 4 this morning. So I just set my power station on one corner there. And then finally, I don't know, about an hour ago, that hole went ahead and ripped where I had it stuck in that oar there and collapsed. But I don't know. Not a bad night overall, I guess. I've slept better. I sleep better in my van cave, I know that. But all kind of creatures last night, coyotes howling, you name it. But we're going to stir around here and get on down the river and then maybe stop somewhere and fix some breakfast. I'll get back with you in a little bit. All right, folks, I have made it to my pullout point. I was really going to go about another, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 miles down the river and take out at another boat landing, but it just keeps raining harder and harder. Well, it's just a real heavy mist, but I've had about enough of it. Got the kayak over there out already, waiting on the wife to come pick me up. But it's been an enjoyable trip. Scenery was pretty good this morning. I don't know how many eagles I saw, a bunch of deer, and I was paddling into the wind, but it wasn't as big a struggle as I thought it was going to be. But I never did get a chance to make that second cup of coffee or eat breakfast. But probably come up with something a little better at the house anyway. I'm only probably, maybe 5 miles from my house, so she shouldn't take her long to get here. And we'll call this one in the bag. There's an eagle sitting over there on that bridge pier. Let me see if I can zoom. If I can hold it still enough, he's sitting up there, I guess, fishing. Looks like a younger one. Anyway, there's plenty of them out here. All right, folks, this is going to be the end of it. Thanks for watching. Get a chance, hit that like and subscribe button.